Kofi Kingston gets disowned by his own mother. Iyo Sky steps into the IC tournament and advances. Drew defeats Sami, and the show ends in bloodline chaos. If you want to know more, stick around.
Show starts with Drew McIntyre backstage, comes out, and delivers a heartfelt promo.
He did, and it was very heartfelt, man. There was a moment when my heart actually went out to Drew. Not even Drew McIntyre, the wrestler, Drew McIntyre, the man, you know? Mm-hmm. He spoke about losing a family member after the Hell in a Cell match. Like, damn. Like, everyone just thought he was recovering from the Hell in a Cell match, which he probably was. But then he also had lost a family member, someone close to him as well, that's just really upsetting. And then all of a sudden, this detestable heel character that's going around breaking Sami's back, all of a sudden he has a lot more motive and he's a lot more understandable. And then what happens, Bev?
Sami Zayn comes out, and let's just say,
wow,
holy shit! Sami Zayn comes out and his music hits. Let's go!
Yeah,
and not too hyped about it. I'm tired of Drew versus Sami. I'm ready for the next thing. But he's got a mic and he delivers one of the best promos in months, bro. I mean, genuinely, the last time I thought of a promo that was giving me this much chills, dude, was like the Big E one. Holy shit, did he deliver?
It was incredible, genuinely. And there is a clip from our reaction where I genuinely got goosebumps on the verge of tears.
I was hating on Sami because normally his promos are about being the hometown hero and it's the same shit.
I've got heart.
But this time, oh my days, did he deliver a heartfelt promo. And it didn't look bad because obviously Drew's just said he lost a family member, and Sami handled it with class.
He did.
It didn't make Sami look bad. Really good promo. Drew answers back.
It made Drew look worse. It made him look, because for a minute it almost looks like Drew's justified.
Yeah, he's trying to like his pain turn to hatred.
Exactly, yeah. But what Sami does is he comes in there and he shuts that bullshit down. He says, you know who else misses weddings, misses funerals?
Oh, my days, was the promo good.
Incredible.
Holy shit. You have to go watch it if you haven't seen it.
It is
Chills.
incredible.
Chills.
That is a segment that we would highly recommend you go see.
That's the last time I'm hating on Sami Zayn.
Genuinely,
because we always watch him in the ring, and he's always phenomenal in the ring. And now, dude, if he can do promos like that, which I didn't know he had in the bank, he's solid all around.
It's like, what else can we hate on at this point?
Maybe the theme song. That's about it. We can't.
Let's go.
He's doing so much good. I can't hate anymore. I really can't.
But he made a great point. He says, you know who else makes all these sacrifices? You know who else carries pain and doesn't blame everyone else? All these people out here. Oh my God, dude.
And everyone watching at home.
That's us.
That's us.
Sami makes a great point. Drew makes a good point. Both these men are hurt and they have lost and they have dedicated everything for us and for the WWE. And wow.
They set up a singles match against each other. Sami Zayn is 9-0 coming into this match against Drew.
He's 0-9. 0-9. But yeah, he's never beaten Drew one-on-one. He's beaten him at War Games, but obviously that don't count. But just an incredible, right at the death of the year, right at the back end of the year, I thought we had the best segments of the year. Everyone's making their year of lists of best segments, best matches. And then right at the end, Sami Zayn and Drew just go ahead and cook that up for us, man. Wow.
But we get a little segment in the backstage, PFC talking to Adam Pearce, trying to book the match. They're trying to get a spot in the qualifying matches. They're the ones who injured her. Adam Pearce stood his ground for once, didn't fold, didn't have a beer. He did his fucking job, and he got Iyo Sky to replace him.
Yeah,
in the match,
and rightfully so. It was her teammate that got injured, and she stepped in, and Iyo Sky breezed through this match. She was clear. She was the highlight of the match, and originally this segment of the bracket did look kind of weak.
It looked terrible.
And it had a lot of people saying, "Oh, you know what? Maybe Natalya should go and win the IC title because she's Bret Hart's." She's Bret Hart's like niece, I think, or something like that. And the IC title is just, for me anyway, synonymous with Canadian wrestling. And people were thinking, damn, a vet holding the IC title the very first time in the belt's history, that could go hard. It would give the belt a nice start to its lineage. And then Iyo Sky gets put in the match, and all of a sudden that goes out the window.
Yeah, even though Iyo Sky's not looking great this year and she's not having a high win percentage, she does take the match. But Natalya has a nice little spot where she gets a double sharpshooter on both of them. And you think one of them's going to tap out, but they work together. They crawl to the ropes. It wasn't a rope break because there's no rope break in a triple threat match, but it was like they used the ropes to get out.
They did. Alba Fire hit a nice swanton bomb. Natalya had the double sharpshooter. None of the women looked bad in this match. They all had a rightful place in this bracket.
But of course, it was Iyo Sky's moonsault. That's so good.
Yeah.
To finish the match.
And she did finish the match.
Yeah, and it's the right person to choose to win. You don't really.
And she kicked off this match with the most, like, the velocity on this suicide dive was incredible, dude. Came out of nowhere. Looked like she smacked her head off the concrete as well. Got up, did the thing. She was completely fine.
She must be having whatever Kurt Angle's having the way she wrestles, bro. Holy shit.
But that being said, originally it was Kairi Sane, Natalya, and Alba Fire, which we just thought, I mean, all these women are great talent, but it would have been a bit of a snooze after. I mean, I love triple threats, but it would have been a bit of a snooze. Like, I don't really care who won that. Now Io's in it. I care about her winning it. Yeah. And it followed up that segment as good as anything could follow it up, I feel like. And then what do we have next, Beef?
American Made versus Alpha Academy. But it's just a singles match. Chad Gable versus his darling.
He's going to have to deal with his darlings.
What's his name? Oto Sasawa.
Akira Tozawa. And by God, did he deal with his darling?
Oh my God, bro! I was watching it. I was just like, throw the X up.
Genuinely throw the X up.
I was begging him to just tap. I didn't want to watch anymore. It was a squash match. That's all it was.
Akira got off a nice like spinning heel kick, but then after that, it was elemental for Chad Gable. Triple suplex, triple German suplex. And then it was the ankle lock and the tap from Akira, and then he didn't let it go. He had that ankle like cocked in all sorts of angles, and like Otis had to step in, American Made stepped in, and ultimately they backed down from Otis. They didn't want that smoke just yet. Obviously, that's a story that's going to need resolving, but I mean, maybe Chad will have Maxine Dupree next. He's going to deal with his darlings, right? Otis and Chad clearly have a bit of a rivalry going, and it's reignited from what they once had, which was red hot originally, but who knows, right? Maybe it can get hot again. And I do want to see Chad prosper, but I don't think they're going to make these arsehole heels triumph over like a beloved faction just yet.
I guess Chad doesn't need it because Triple H just wants him to lose 10 to the title matches.
It's not. Maybe one day. Another spot we neglected to mention from this match, Akira Tozawa goes up top for that senton.
Yeah.
Gets about, dude, how many feet of air? It was insane.
He was up there, bro.
He was up there. He was like dusting the rafters for him. He was that high. And then Chad gets the knees up, and Akira Tozawa looks like he snapped in half when he landed, dude. It was terrible.
It was not nice to watch.
It was not nice to watch, but ultimately, great job by those two men. As nasty as all that looked, it was safe and professional, and it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I love seeing a squash match every now and then.
But for some reason, I think every match from now on is literally a squash match. I think we got 2 more squash matches, which just don't end well. Because for some reason, Dirty Dom wants to go against Damien Priest. Again. I don't know why. He's bro, he's lost how many times? He doesn't win. He gets a match booked. He walks past the New Day. What did he say to what you did to Biggie? Yeah, that wasn't cool, man. The biggest heel in the company.
I don't even like Biggie, but man, that was crazy. And he walked past him. Can you believe that?
Then we just have the same old match between Damien and Dominic, and it's boring to watch. JD, it ends up in DQ.
It's hijinks, yeah. So, yeah, Dirty Dom is, being taken to school by Damien. The same, the usual stuff. Damien's like 2 feet taller than him, bro. He's picking him up for all sorts of shit. Flatliners, chucking him to the mat, hitting all sorts of offense on him. Dirty Dom does get a bit of a lick back, but ultimately he's just trying to avoid him as much as he can. Hits a drop kick on his back. And then at some point they go to the outside. And we get a very suspicious-looking Santa Claus in the front row, and Damien just pulls him over, pulls the beard off his face, pulls him over the barricade. It's good they revealed it was JD first, so it didn't look like Damien was just beating up a fan. Because if I was in the front row and Damien's pulling fans over the barricade, I would shit a brick. JD is getting tossed around the ring dressed as Santa Claus. It's a delight. I also noticed that he had his eyebrows dyed white, which is... he didn't need to do all that, but he looks so strange.
We had Carlito under the ring.
Yeah.
He gets caught out.
Yep. Spitting apple everywhere. Still hasn't said a word.
Finn Balor, what was it? Sling Blade?
Yep.
Same old shenanigans with the Judgment Day. It's been like this for the last 3-4 years. I don't know.
A long time.
I don't know how long they're going to keep doing.
It was this year, but
I'm tired of it. I'm
me
tired
too.
of it. The only good thing to come from this was the DQ, them beating up Damien, and the War Raiders come out to save him. That was the only good bit, because the War Raiders are great.
They are great, and
it's different. It's not the same old shit with Judgment Day. I'm tired of Rhea versus Liv. I'm tired of Damien versus Finn. It's just the same old, same old.
It wouldn't be as tiring if there was less hijinks and the Judgment Day looked a bit stronger individually. Like if Finn could stand on his own 2 feet without Dom. If the rivalries weren't so one-sided. Every win that the heel team gets is by bullshit. Finn hasn't beaten Damien in the longest time. He might have beaten him on Raw once or twice, but what does it really mean when Damien just squishes him at a PLE anyway? Yeah.
Match ends with a nice little shot of Damien and the War Raiders lifting their hands up.
Yeah.
I think they had the belts on. It was a really nice shot.
Yeah, it's wholesome. And it's nice to see War Raiders rubbing shoulders with main event talent. They are rubbing shoulders with main event talent, and they're champions at the end of the day. And then next, we had a Seth promo, which you were just laughing at his outfit the entire fucking time.
No, he said something. It was so funny. He goes, not to be a cliche, but it's going to be Raw. Yeah,
it's going to be Monday Night Raw.
I'm sorry. We just went from Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre, one of the best promos of the year, and then we just get Seth Rollins with his Becky Lynch fit on, bedazzled, his hairy chest is out, and he goes, "It's gonna be Raw Monday." No, he didn't say that.
We got a little interview segment with Jackie Redmond. Seth's talking about how it's not going to be a wrestling match; it's going to be a fight. But
next up, we had the 22-time title holder. 2-time Grand Slam champion Miz versus Dexter Lumen from the Wyatt Six. Oh, you take it. He's one of your favorites.
Yeah, the Miz, he doing heel things in the face of adversity. They run, they cower, and that's exactly what he did. He was shit scared of Dexter Lumis in this match. Every opportunity, he ran away from him. Even when he got offense on, he hit him and then stood there like this, like waiting just to see what he did. And then before you know it, we get a bit of back and forth there. Very little happened. There's really not anything to talk about.
It is literally the third squash match that ends in shenanigans when no one wins. It's just it was just 3 whole matches of that, back to back to back, and then it ends up being Wyatt Six versus the Final Testament coming out. It's just...
It's unfortunate because I said in our previous review when this match was announced that this was going to be a banger. I really genuinely thought that this was going to be a banger. I know Dexter Lumis can go in the ring, and I know Miz can go in the ring, and I thought, give him time out there. Give him a little 10-minute bout, then have the hijinks. But this was Miz running scared, Dexter pursuing him, getting offense off. And before you know it, the Final Testament come down to the ring. There was a nice spot when Dexter was... perched on the apron towards Miz, but then jumped backwards into like a leg drop into both a Cameron Razar carrying Cross in his suit, and then he jumps in the ring. They've got Dexter Lumis on his knees, cooked, but like they are going to batter him. And then before you know it, lights go out, and for every member of the Final Testament, including the Miz, there is a member of the White Six on the apron, and when the lights go out and the camera's still close in, I can see what Dexter Lumis is doing. I can see that he's still there. But I genuinely did not see them coming up to the apron. I didn't see it.
See it either. It was nice camera work.
It was brilliant camera work. They're attacking everyone. Eric Rowan throws Nikki Cross, picks her up into a powerbomb position, which I imagine was light work. He's 7 foot tall. She's 4 feet tall. and he chucks it out of the ring into the crowd, into the crowd of heels on the outside, and that was a great spot. I like how this White Six group use each other as weapons, because that's how like insane they are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
cannon fire.
They're genuine like cannon fodder. They throw each other at their opponents and shit, because that's how like tapped they are. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't feel pain. Like Uncle Howdy laughs when he got battered that first time. But next up, this was not a nothing burger. This was a something burger.
Yeah.
We had the New Day promo again coming out, and every week I'm excited to see what the New Day do. Ever since that first Big E promo, and they interrupt Wade and Joe Tess on commentary, and immediately the boos are. It's almost inaudible on the mic. It's almost inaudible.
It's worse than Dirty Dom. I think with Dirty Dom, they kind of raised the levels up a bit.
Yeah.
They didn't even raise any levels here, bro. This was just everyone fucking hates them.
Yeah.
New Day sucks.
New Day sucks. Dude, with Dom, I feel like it's a love to hate. With the New Day, it's like just hate. Like, it is pure just hate. Like, I love Kofi and still do. But I'm just so disappointed in him. But you know who else was more disappointed than me? Mama Kingston, who flew 20 hours in the middle seat of the aisle on an airplane to come to Boston for Kofi. And she was listening to her son getting booed out the building. And Kofi goes up and apologizes to her and puts his arms out for a hug. And she stiffs him. She does not hug him. Instead, she picks up her nice coat and her bag and she spins around and leaves the building. Wow.
Mama Kingston does not approve.
Someone needs to tell her about kayfabe. But it was incredible. Just so funny, bro. Getting his mum from Ghana just to hammer home how hated they are right now. Wow. The New Day are just they are on fire at the minute. They are red hot hated. And we need to do something. We need to keep. I love this. But you can't go for another year just having them booed out the building, doing shit like this. We need to spin this into a feud.
Get them into some matches, maybe with Ray or something.
Something like that with Ray, yeah. Which, speaking of, they go backstage, and Ray, who last week had ejected them out of the locker room, this time said, sorry, as a locker room leader, I should have handled that better. So you two can start by apologizing to Big E. They said no. Xavier says, how about you pop that little mask off so you can hear better, which... fucking with Ray's masks, or even mention of fucking with Ray's mask, is a great way to get some heat. They're making an enemy out of Ray, which is an enemy of Ray is everyone's enemy, bro. Ray is beloved.
And we get to the main event, which is the best match of the night. Of course it is. Drew and Sami Zayn, after that heater promo, they put on a heater match, dude. Mm-hmm. And this one doesn't end in no shenanigans. We do get a winner, and it's Drew McIntyre to make it 10-0 against Sami Zayn. 10-0. Of course, Sami Zayn was dealing with a back injury throughout the whole match. It's a great fucking match, dude. Yeah. It was so good.
And Drew didn't help with that back injury at all.
No, he did not care. White noise.
He kind of made it worse. He dropped him onto the apron. The twirl-a-whirl backbreaker that he did. Wow. So Sami comes off the ropes. Drew picks him up, spins him around in the air, and lands him on his knee, back first. White noise off the apron, like you said. Yeah.
We don't need to tell you how good Drew McIntyre is. This video would be about 40 minutes long, bro.
Genuinely.
It's just from me. He's so good, bro. You know, if you've watched it, and he wins clean. Claymore?
It was a Claymore. And then, like you said, somehow we end up getting a complete bloodline segment in the ring. Drew stands over Sami and starts attacking him, punching him in the head after the match is done, which I don't think Drew's done in a long time, because he's been a heel for a long time, but not like this. Jay comes out for the second time in the night because in Sami and Drew's first promo that we were talking about in the beginning, that did end in fisticuffs. Sami threw the first punch, and then Jay comes out. The Bloodline come to back up Drew. So he has sided with the Bloodline fully.
I don't think he's fully sided with him, because he didn't stay and help him out, beat him up. He just dipped.
He did dip, yeah. But you saw the smile on his face. He clearly has the support.
Yeah, he's not. He respects Solo.
He does. He does. Which...
I mean, by the way, the end of the show, we have Jay and Sami laid out on the canvas. Where is Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Where is he to help? He's nowhere to be found. Say what you will about Solo, but you never see him not back his boys, bro. If he goes down, he's going down with his boys.
Yeah, I respect that.
You gotta respect it. And you're acting like Solo's the villain in this story. Roman terrorized this company for 4 fucking years. How many times, dude? Do we all just forget it?
All right, Bev's crashing out. I'm going to let him call off. But, yeah, so it was a great match from Drew and Sami, and it ended clean. Thank God we didn't have any bloodline shenanigans then. We waited till the bell rang. Sami saves Jay from getting spiked at the cost to himself. He gets Samoan hip bumped in the corner by Jacob. Jay actually got some offense off on Solo and Jacob. He dodged out the way, and Jacob Fatu ran to the corner. Jay dodged, and Jacob Fatu just went down like a ton of bricks, dude. But that's all she wrote, guys. That is the last Raw. Week 52 in the books. NoPop just caught the end of the year, but we've loved it. We've loved covering this, and we've got a massive year ahead. We've got one more SmackDown left to cover. Thank you very much for joining us. If you missed SmackDown last week or Raw last week, the link will be in the description. Subscribe if you feel so inclined, and thank you very much for watching.
NoPop.
Do you think we'll ever stop doing that? No.